Today Hari Raya, but we still come to school to help you formulate this nice new presentation to make you understand better. Yeah? Good, huh? On Hari Raya, all of us here. Come and celebrate Hari Raya with you. Hari Raya.
Hi sir, we are Group 1 and we are doing project number 8, MNC in developing countries. Right now, we'll be talking to you about our project. Okay, we'll be focusing on 3 E's. So what are the 3 E's? Number 1, environmental. Number 2, ethics. And number 3, economics. But don't forget the 4th E, easy. We want to make it easy for you, just for you to understand. Okay, so right now I will talk to you about the environmental impacts. And the company that I've chosen is Chevron Texaco. Heard of it? Chevron Texaco in the Lago Agrio oil field in Ecuador. Okay, there's currently a 27 billion lawsuit that is going on. 27 USD billion dollars. Okay, why? It's because of the adverse environmental impacts that Chevron Texaco has done to the Ecuadorian community in Amazon. What they have done is beyond what you can imagine. They produce like substandard environmental controls and they use pro technologies that one or they will never use if they're in the United States. But why they do it here is because they're the Ecuadorians and the people are ignorant. They throw a total of 18 billion toxic waste gallons and 17 million gallons of crude oils into the Amazon. Throw right into the Amazon, our beloved rainforest. Why should they do that? So right now, should they get their just deserve? And the 27 billion lawsuit that is going on is going to tell us that. Right now, but before, wait. They have also caused a 200% increase in the cancer rate. 200% increase and many, and the miscarriage that is above the abnormal rate. They said to have spent 40 million USD to clean up the place, but whether have they really done so, we will investigate in the next part of the report. After now, I will pass on to Jonathan. He's going to talk to us about ethics, social ethics. Right now, I will bring you over to him, right over there. Jonathan!
Sir, hold on. Are you wearing Nike shoes now? Do you know that Nike has been using child labor? It all started when Philip Knight, the CEO, he came up with a brilliant idea. He said, let's put shoe factories in Asia and pay the workers a single penny. And you rake in immense profits. That's how he started. So after that, he was like employing children in Pakistan, in Asia, in all sorts of Asia, like Indonesia, in China. And according to a Fair Labor report in 2004, it says that over half of its employees in Asia work more than 60 hours a day, no day off. 50% of workers cannot drink water, cannot go toilet when they want. A quarter of workers receive less than a minimum wage. Sir, this is appalling news. How can you buy Nike shoes? In June 1996, there was an article in Life magazine about child labor in Pakistan. They show a photo of a 12-year-old Tariq, very poor thing, stitching together a soccer ball. Sir, you can watch S-League now. The soccer ball also Nike. This Tariq make one. He'll spend most of his day stitching the ball for only 60 cents. In the factories, they'll be grinding, and in the brick factories under sun-grilled fields, and in the illness-breeding jobs in the work sheds. And 2 years ago, the median age of children was 8, and now it's 7 years old. This problem is not just in Pakistan, but it's also in Bangladesh, Indonesia, India, and in 2001, Philip Knight admits that he has mistakes over child labor. So what is Nike doing to stop this kind of thing? They are going to have some harassment, abuse, and grievance systems, lock in the number of hours of work, and they're going to look into the payment of wages. Also, in 2003, Nike set out a 5-year plan to become an employer of choice. So this is what Nike is doing. This is the world today for our children. more to come in the next chapter. And off to Joseph for the economics.
So you have heard the 3 E's. The environment, the ethics, and now I will talk to you about the economy. So before we talk about the economy, I need to bring you on tour with me around Bolivia. We are going to a place called Cochabamba. This way, please, sir. Cochabamba used to be one of the major cities in Bolivia, and the state used to be a major employer of all their water services. So government used to own all the water supplies as well as the electricity and the gas and oil. However, because Bolivia is a very poor country and because they owe the World Bank a lot of money, so what happened next is that unable to pay off their debts, they have to privatize these services. So this company called Bechtel, which is an MNC company in the US, actually was the sole and only bid for the privatization of Bolivia's water services. And they came in and they took over the city of Cochabamba's water services. And in the end, what happened was that in just less than 1 month, the prices of water skyrocketed. 60% of the population in Cochabamba does not have access to proper clean water supply, while the other 40% had to pay unreasonable prices. Why is it happening like this, sir? How can such a thing happen to our world, where the developing countries are being bullied by this kind of MNCs? However, one thing that we have to know is that Bolivia wasn't forced into this situation. They were there because they were poor and because they owned the World Bank a lot of money. There are many conspiracy theories going on how they managed to own the World Bank so much money and how Bechtel came into the picture, which we will talk more in our report. But right now, we would like to conclude these 3 E's that we have mentioned, and we would like to say that in the end, looking at all the MNCs that Jonathan, Kim Chuan and myself has talked about, we believe that ultimately the only true driver for growth, whether it is economically, environmentally or ethically, it is only for a developing country to invite MNCs to invest. That is the only true driver. And we will explain because of the positive aspects of the MNCs in the developing countries, not only of the negative aspects. For example, we will explain how the GDP of the country has improved as MNCs like Nike and Bechtel go into countries like Pakistan and Bolivia. We will explain how some of their CSR, corporate social responsibility programs, and we will explain how they managed to change the landscape of the countries over the years and help it grow from a developing country, a third world country, to a second world country. So sir, be tuned for our final presentation, and I hope you enjoy our interim report.